Wes, are you there? Is that you? Is that really you?
I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't tell because you're a little white on the face there. I'm
Yeah,
never going to get old with that. There's two things I'll never get old with: talking about my stolen quesadilla and your incredibly less than dark goatee.
yeah.
So,
It is absolutely translucent, and without my beloved Just for Men, it's almost non-existent.
well,
It's
that's
there
okay.
though.
But it's there though. That's good. That's good. I had a beard once. Well, I had a beard. I had a partial beard because the problem is this little area on the side of the mouth never really grew in, so it looks stupid. And and I can do that quite well without trying. So
It's great.
I got rid of it. So what's been up? Tell me the highlight.
Oh man, as you know, we were both in hybrid road warrior mode last week. I was in Cleveland. You and I were, as you mentioned, usually 1,200 miles apart. Now we were 50 miles apart and didn't get to see each other, which is a bummer. There were many Dr. Peppers that weren't drank that night because of it. I've just been doing what I love, which is basically video and social media, podcasting, and all the above for great people like you.
Man, I'll tell you, isn't it great to truly be doing what we love and loving what we do? We talk
Doesn't
about
get
that all
any
the
better.
time. It's blessed. We're blessed to be able to do it, and I'm blessed to be able to do this kind of stuff on a very regular basis with you, my man. It's a good time.
Beyond blessed. I gotta see you're blessed and raise you beyond.
I don't even know where to go with that one. That's amazing. You have me speechless. Wow. Well, you're not as speechless as when you stole my quesadilla, but still speechless as But again, we've established earlier, because I will get tired of that sooner or later, then I'll stop. We've established that I will not be nice and offer my dessert. Like, would you like that last piece of pie? That will never come out of my mouth, or cake, or ice cream. And would you like that last little bit of Cabernet? Will never come out of my mouth, just so you know.
All right.
Anything else is free game. I mean, I'm willing to give that up. But
well, now I'm gonna just be so hesitant to reach for anything. Every time I'm just gonna, slowly reach and watch your eye contact.
you distracted me with your magic. That's what happened to you guys.
That's right.
Anyway, well, so we got some special ladies on today, don't we?
We do.
It's we were chatting with them off camera, if you will, off stage, off wherever we are here, and it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about two powerful women in the industry, and one, Megan, who has been a friend of mine for quite some time, Megan Pope, is executive director of the Buckeye Frame Builders Association that I was just at last week, and had an opportunity to chat with the folks there about one of my favorite subjects, hybrid selling, and that was a great time. Great show put on by Megan, and she's also executive director of the National Frame Builders Association. And I'm a little bit scared about today's show because Robyn Ommen, who is coming on, is kind of a big shot. We're going to make a big announcement here, and we'll let her make the announcement, or maybe we'll let Megan make the announcement. But all I'm saying is that I sort of might have got elected to the National Frame Builders Association board recently, and I kind of got to watch my P's and Q's, whatever those are, with Robyn, because she's sort of a big shot. So anyway, I think we should just go talk to him. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
I think so too, because we'll just go on for the next 30 minutes, and we've done that before.
And we'll again.
And again, maybe tomorrow. You never know. All right, brother. Thank you. Let's go right back with you. Hey, Robyn and Megan, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Hello. Thank you.
I think it's a great day to build wins together, don't you think?
Yes.
I think
Absolutely.
so. I think so. So, Megan, sitting in beautiful Dayton, Ohio, or thereabouts. Yes. And Robyn, where are you at this fine day?
I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Ah, the Twin Cities.
That's
so is it
right.
like 400 below zero there, or is it okay?
Not quite. It's pretty nice today. I think
is it?
About 20.
Oh, nice. So I'm home this week on one of my off again, on again weeks. I'm going into this time of year. I'm on a every other week travel thing, pretty much, not by choice, more than just by circumstances until I hit a period of time where I'm like every week for 3 or 4 weeks, I'm gone every week, maybe home for a day or two. But I'm in sunny southern Florida, right? Is where I live, and it's finally warmed up again a little. It was we had winter like around Christmas, and last week we had 58, 59 degrees, and we were all like freezing to death. It was awful, but it's back 75, 78, and sunny today. Gonna be 82 tomorrow. So life is good again. So
Good.
Yeah, I bet. That'd
So-
be pretty nice to have that weather again.
it is
Yeah.
nice. It is nice. We had a granddaughter down. We took her to the botanical gardens yesterday, and it was actually 75 and felt great. So yeah, it was a good time. So Megan, executive director, Buckeye Frame Builders Association, the National Frame Builders Association, and a whole bunch of other associations that you manage. But specific to today, the National Frame Builders Association, and welcome again, because this is your second visit, or is this your third?
This is my second. Yeah.
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you messed it up so much the first time. But don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. I was on
And-
suspension for a little bit, but I'm
Exactly.
back.
You were on probation. It wasn't full suspension. It was probation. But
Yeah.
today it goes to full suspension. 3 days, three opportunities. I will invite you and then cancel if you mess
Okay.
up. So okay. And Robyn, welcome for your first in
Yes,
the tank.
thank you.
So
Yeah, thanks.
so Robyn, you are marketing and communications manager at Sherwin-Williams. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, for the coil coating division.
Yeah, and that's even cooler yet, because Sherwin-Williams is kind of big time in the paint world. Everybody thinks of Sherwin-Williams, right, as the local paint store. I mean, there's one literally outside of where I live here, next to a place we like to go to have breakfast. But so a lot of people think of Sherwin-Williams as the paint store, right, or
Yep.
the paints that you see at the big box stores and all that. But so let's dive into that first, because I think most of the listeners and viewers of Building Wind Live are from the industry, so they'll understand what that coil division means because it's very applicable. But what is for somebody that may not know, and if you don't know, then go do your homework. But anyways,
Right.
and then I'll write you back. But for the viewers that don't take themselves off here because I just insulted them by them not knowing what we're talking about, tell us about the coil division. What's that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So the coil coatings division at Sherwin-Williams, so a lot of our coatings go on metal building products. So a lot of the metal building products used within the post frame industry, from metal roofing to metal wall panels to accessories, gutters, fascias, anything that would be put on a building. So a lot of those really workhorse products that you see. So our coating is factory applied within a coil coaters facility. It's pre-painted, and then the piece is formed to create that metal building product. So we have multiple products from good, better, best that really fit within the industry.
Interesting. I promise you I'd go off on tangents. So for most of our viewers will probably know this, but take us back just a second, Robyn, if you don't mind, to how that process works, because a lot of people probably don't understand that they go to Billy Bob's Wrinkled Tin Shop in northern Iowa and they buy their metal for their building, right? I don't think they really understand how it goes from the process, from the paint to the coater to walk us through that process if you don't mind, because I bet some people that don't know that would be interested in that.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the coil coating side, so we're a coating manufacturer. So we provide the protection of the metal. And we have a stringent process that we go through in regards to formulating and even producing that product. But once it's produced, it goes to a coil coater, which is the facility that coats the metal. So they coat it top and bottom with primer, backer on the back, and then primer, base coat, and any effect coating along with that. And then it gets coiled. So it's very little within the coil industry. So it's a big sheet of coiled metal that is then coated, and then it's coiled up again, and it goes through to a manufacturer that forms that piece, either with a roll forming machine or within machines on their facility to create that metal roof or that metal wall panel. That's
Perfect.
very high level. The coil coaters will definitely say there's multiple levels within their process, but that is very high level version of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's like the 60,000 foot version, space shuttle
Yes.
version. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because a lot of people just have no idea how that happens. The funny thing to me about the roll forming industry, I've been in this industry 4+ decades. That's probably almost older than Megan is. But anyway, it's funny how I like to joke with guys in this industry how they take perfectly nice, smooth, perfectly painted 40 and some odd inch wide panels and wrinkle it and bend it all up and then sell it for more money, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a cool process, so start to finish. So that's what you guys do at Sherwin-Williams, is supply the paint at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah. And we provide a lot of services in partnership with our customers as well, just to make sure that we're always growing the industry.
Perfect. So Megan, Executive Director, Madam, I got to give you some compliments again. We just came off the Buckeye Frame Builders Association show last week.
Yeah.
Or it'd be 2 weeks ago when this is probably produced or put out, but dropped. But outstanding show, and you guys do such a great job. Your whole team just does a wonderful, wonderful job. And Robyn, I know, will attest to the fact that, man, you guys do the same thing with the NFBA at the national show. It's just, it goes, I know to you it doesn't go perfect because you see all the little things that happen, right? But probably everybody but your immediate team, and I'm a newbie to the board, but I'm sure that even as board members, Robyn, probably don't even see things that may be, quote, foul-ups that are never noticed because Megan's team does such a good job that it just kind of keeps right on rolling, right?
Absolutely. I will definitely agree to that. I mean, they do an amazing job for the association to make sure everything goes very smoothly.
Exactly. So, Megan, before we get into the show and what to expect and what's happening, I want you to make an announcement here today on Building Wins Live. It's exciting with Robyn.
It is exciting, and I'm happy to be announcing it on your show. And the big news is that Robyn is our incoming president, and she will take presidency at the Conference and Expo at the General Session meeting. And Robyn is our first woman president for NFBA.
Love it. So applause. Everybody applaud out there. I mean, I think that's awesome. Congratulations, Robyn. I mean, that's a well-deserved, but a big deal. And I'm happy, and I'm happy to be able to serve on the board with the first woman president. I think that's a big deal. I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited for what we can do the next few years.
Oh, exactly.
And what I can help with.
Exactly. So, Megan, let's start back to you for just a minute, because you've been involved with this for a long, long time, putting these shows on. We're about 3 weeks out when we drop this show, 22nd through the 24th in Louisville. Give us the 30,000 view look first, and then we'll dig into the weeds just a little bit. I mean, it's the show of the year for the post frame industry, right? The National Frame Builders Association. What do we got coming? Big show, right?
Yes, this is going to be our 56th annual Conference and Expo, and it's going to be at the Kentucky International Convention Center in Louisville, and it's going to be February 22nd through the 24th. Now, the exciting parts are we have a pretty jam-packed trade show floor. So we got about 130 companies that are exhibiting. A lot of them have beautiful exhibits to come see, and of course, all of them have knowledgeable representatives from their companies there that are excited to talk to the attendees, let them know what's new, if it's technology or services or products. And we have 3 tracks of education for the conference side of the event. So we've got technical and safety track, we have a business management track, and we have a marketing and sales track. So we got a whole bunch of education going on. We've got some great speakers lined up for the conference. We also have a demo area on our trade show floor, and we call it a demo area as in demonstration area. And we are lucky to have kind of a social media sensation or a social media influencer, especially in the post frame and construction world. It's Kyle Stumpenhorst with RR Buildings, and he is going to be doing a 3-hour session in the demo area for us, and we're really excited to have him with us. So it should be pretty great. And then the other fun parts are our networking events, which is a big deal to everybody that attends. To me, it's the most fun part, because you're socializing, there's drinks, snacks, entertainment. But really you're getting to see people that you haven't seen in a long time. You're getting to meet new people, see what all the buzz is with everybody, how they've been doing. So for that, we've got the Plyco reception that kicks it off Wednesday night, and they always do a great job. Every year Plyco's with us. They have great entertainment. Everybody has a good time there. Then we have the Christians in Construction event the next night. Also a great time, live music. This is a more family-oriented event. So we try to have stuff for the kids, and everybody seems to have a good time there. And then the third one is the Expo Social. So that happens right after Christians in Construction. And we are actually going to have a silent auction event in conjunction with the Expo Social this year, because NFBA is launching an NFBA Foundation. So the silent auction is going to raise funds for the foundation, and the foundation is going to fund post-frame industry research and education. And this year, you guys as a board are going to probably discuss trying to develop a scholarship program so that we can give scholarships to NFBA members and their families. So a lot going on this year. Everybody seems to have a good time in Louisville, and we're excited to go. So yeah.
That's awesome. The only correction, Megan, is Louisville. Come on, somebody.
I know.
Louisville. You got to roll that thing.
I know you got to watch yourself with that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on. We'll be there for several days together, and we're gonna get you straightened out on that. So
yes, but by the time I leave, I will say it correctly again. That's every time I go down there, I start out with like vowel sounds, and then by the time I leave, it's all just kind of a slur of consonants. So
I had somebody actually refer to it as Louisville once. I said, "What are you talking about?"
Ooh.
Okay, that is sacrilegious or something.
That's right.
They won't allow it. So, Robyn, you've been involved with the NFB for a lot of years.
Yes, I'm blanking at how many, but this is quite a few years I've been with the board. I think this is my third term with them, so it's been a great experience in order to learn the industry, be a part of a lot of the activities that they have going on to help membership, help promote post-frame industry.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think a lot of people, and I think that if this one of the things that was really interesting to me to be involved is getting people to understand more that it's more than just this trade show. Everybody thinks, we're going to the trade show. And that's a big important part of it, right? Because they get to be with the vendors, they get to see the products, and let's face it, that's what helps pay for the events, right, that we have. But there's also all these learning events and teaching events and things like Kyle on the show floor for 3 hours, which I've got. I follow a lot of his stuff on social media, and the guy's great at what he does. But all the foundations and all these things that we're doing, there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes with NFBA than just a once-a-year trade show, right?
Right. Yeah. We have multiple committees that work on an annual basis to make sure that we're always educating, bringing new information from the membership committee that works on an online curriculum that helps with workforce development, to our technical and research committee that really works to promote post-frame construction within the engineering and building codes. And then also to the foundation that Megan just mentioned previously. There's always multiple things going on to make sure that we're moving the industry forward.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's awesome, because Megan, we've been around this a long time too together, and you have to be involved with and serve the industry that served us all so well, right? I mean, we've all kind of grew up in this industry for a lot of years. Some of us longer than others because I'm old, but it's great to be involved with a group of professionals at every level that care about the industry, and try to promote and grow the industry as opposed to just living in it and taking the advantages of it, right? And
Oh yeah, I mean, the industry has really gotten a lot more professional, and everybody's cranking out the most amazing buildings. And I've been lucky to be a part of the Buckeye Frame Building Association for so long, and now NFBA. But what I'm saying is they both have awards programs. So NFBA has the Building of the Year awards. Buckeye Frame Building Association has the Buckeye Building Awards. And so I have gotten to see entries for those awards for almost a couple decades now. And if I pulled out the ones that I saw, in the early 2000s compared to the ones I'm looking at this year, it is amazing. I mean, these buildings now are just so creative with the architecture and, just so great aesthetically. They've just come a long way, and with application, like, it used to be ag buildings mostly, and now we're getting into residential, and everybody's like barn dominium crazy and wanting to do post frame housing. Right now. Yeah, so, which is great, and they're, of course, we're into light commercial, industrial, whatever, any kind of large span building. It's been great to watch. So,
and you're right, and Robyn, it covers such a gambit now, right? It used to be, as Megan still said, when I was first got involved in the post frame world a long time ago, it was basically an ag building. That's what all it was, a machine shed or an animal barn, right?
Yeah.
And it's still that, but it's so much more in both directions. It's like Megan said, the beautiful backyard building that is tens and if not hundreds of thousands of dollars of beautiful building, porches and eyebrows and all sorts of brick and stone and stuff, right? And all the way up to, as Megan said too, the large commercial, industrial, office buildings, warehouse buildings. I mean, it really covers such a broad spectrum that we really, and I think that's where the NFBA is so important to the industry, is as that part of it grows, we have got to grow as an industry. We've got to stay on target with the engineering and the legal aspects and the OSHA aspects and all those things, which, Robyn, we do a lot of stuff, or we offer a lot of stuff from that standpoint, being an NFBA member as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is one key thing about being a member of NFBA. You have a lot of resources to help you grow your business, from like the legal services that you mentioned, where they provide 30 minutes with legal counsel once a month, from technical data, from articles that are continuously being written by the technical committee, to always making sure that they're looking at the building codes, how they can make sure that post frame is listed within there. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that as a member you get to be a part of and utilize to help grow your business. And one part of that, as you mentioned, is the buildings, the unique buildings that are being created or built with post frame construction is continually growing, and even being aware of that, which can help your business grow to expand past just the egg building that you mentioned. So being aware of that helps.
It does. And what I like too, and listen to you talk, Robyn, is that as an independent contractor, right, an independent business, and you're going to run your own business, but it's nice to know that if you're a member of the NFBA, you've got a bigger association behind you. You've got all the legal and the design work and the professionals that if you get into a jam or you get into trouble or you don't know what to do, you don't have to sit and go, oh my, at the dining room table, what am I going to do, right? You literally have people to call, and not only just the committees and the legal people and all that, but other builders that you get to know. That's the other important thing, I think, too, that we don't want to bypass is the camaraderie and the meeting the other members of the association. You get to become friends with these guys, and all of a sudden you can call a guy you're building in Montana, and you can call a guy in Delaware that you met and go, what would you do, right? I don't know what to do with this. That's a huge part of it too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I mean, just like Megan mentioned earlier in regards to the networking, getting to know the people, other people in your industry is very important to help you feel like you said, not alone, that you have support for any of your questions.
Exactly.
Sorry, Megan.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry, did I interrupt? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that is 1,000% the best advantage of being a member of the association, but you don't know until you get there. So it's hard for us to talk and promote that to people because they don't really get what you're saying. But if you go to conference one time, even if you decide, hey, membership isn't right for me right now, I'm just going to go to conference, see what it's about. I promise you that investment of your time you will think was valuable because you will come away with those contacts, and for the rest of your career life, you have somebody you can call and be like, this is what's happening to me today. Have you ever even heard of this? And
Right.
probably they have, or they know somebody that has, and it helps you through your day to day so much.
I can tell you that I have some really, really good customer friends, contractor friends that I've known in the post frame industry forever. And I've been introduced to friends that they've met, builder friends from all over the country. And it's cool. And what's beautiful is a lot of these guys they introduced me to are not people that I, as a manufacturer's rep agency selling product into this industry, it's territories that I will never sell into, right? But that doesn't matter because friends in the industry are still friends in the industry, right? They can still point you in the right direction. They can still help you. I mean, if from a rep standpoint, right? Going to the other side of the table for a minute for people that are involved as vendor members, affiliate members, whatever the associate members, I guess, whatever the term I want to use, is, if I want to call up one of these people and say, hey, would you mind recommending me? You've got to know me. I'd kind of like to do some business with this guy. They've seen you in action and dealt with you and worked with you in a professional, non-selling basis, right? So they feel very comfortable, and they're not going to recommend you if they don't really trust you. That's a key part to the builder, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's great networking no matter, yes, if you're a contractor member or an associate member, doesn't matter. I mean, you're networking 100 different ways when you're there. So yeah, it is the on-site experience that really, drives that community feeling that associations have.
Right.
And we get away from that sometimes is the trend with the digital, the emails, the texts, nobody wants to really pick up the phone unless they absolutely have to. So we're, the whole world is slowly kind of getting away from that face to face, but the time it takes to build those relationships and build that trust with people, it doesn't take that long. If you stand and talk to somebody 20 minutes, like, you pretty much know what they're about, and if you can call on them to be your buddy, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And Robyn, the showing up at these shows and the vibe, and as Megan kind of just touched on, but the vibe of just getting introduced to somebody you don't know, seeing this buddy that maybe you haven't seen since last year at the show, right? And so, what's your advice, having been in the industry for a long, long time? Do you show up just in time for the trade show and maybe a class or two, or do you get there early and you stay late and really take it all in, right? I mean, that's the key, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's like being involved in every aspect of all of the activities that they have planned during FBA is key. You get immersed into it, being able to go to all the educations. It's amazing learning opportunity from all the great speakers that we have available to all of the activities that we have in the evening for networking, but even just being a part of walking around the halls of the facility, bumping into people, saying, hello, I saw you in class. What did you think of that? just having that interaction with people as they're just walking around the trade show or from session to session. It just adds to the community that Megan mentioned, but also the support that you're building to continue to grow the industry.
No doubt. Because I know, Megan, one of the favorite parts for me is literally walking the show floor, walking out to grab a burger and a Dr. Pepper, whatever the case may be, and just meeting up. You can't, if you've been around for a while or if you just started, you can't help but bump into people that you know who they are, or you can say, hey, who is that? Oh, that's Tom. Would you introduce me to Tom? You know, if you're open to being a networker, if this is your very first show and you don't come away with a basket full of good, solid connections, you must have spent your whole day in the room, because they're just there all the time. If you just open yourself up and say, you know what, I am going to be a networker this week. I'm going to talk to anybody and everybody I can talk to, learn from anybody that I can learn. And man, I'll tell you what, probably as valuable a week as there is for any of us of the year. And I truly believe that.
Yeah. And I encourage people to be brave. You know, if you go to the events and you're not really a person that talks to anybody, nobody knows that about you. So be the person that does talk to people, because I'm telling you, the post frame industry community as a whole is a bunch of great people. Yes. Like I speak highly about the post frame community all the time, because it is a group of really great, really nice people. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And you said be brave is beautiful, because, you know, it's good because, you know, I'm pretty shy. And right. So it helps me come out of my shell to be there and talk to people.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, and I'll just add to that just one
yes.
little thing. I mean, even talking about the community of the people walking the show, I mean, even the exhibitors, people that are exhibiting on the show floor, they're there for support as well. So they've been in the industry for a long time. They're ones to ask a question to.
Exactly.
It is amazing how often I get asked a question. I'm like, we'll go see so-and-so over there in the booth down the row here that they can help you with your answer. I mean, you'll have a lot of connections even with the exhibitors to help you as well.
Absolutely. You know, and that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, Robyn, because, you know, I come from the vendor side, right? As do you. Mm-hmm. And as a vendor, while we may not sell, you know, obviously you don't sell your paint, your coil paint direct to the builder. Nothing I sell goes direct to the builder. But we're there to support them. Yep. We want to support them. We look forward to supporting them. And if they, I'll use the word use, and not in a bad way, but use us.
Yep.
Because, like you said, probably just due to the nature of the amount of people we deal with in a year-on basis, we probably have the answer. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, we can find the answer.
Yeah.
Right? You and I knowing each other now, Robyn, and going to get to know each other serving on the board together. Believe me, Randy's in a better position. If somebody out in the field someday they'd have no idea what to do about paint. Give me an hour or two, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to call Robyn and say, hey, how you doing? How's it been? By the way, what do you think about this, right? Those things are invaluable, and you develop not only your own connections when you're there, but by developing connections with your vendors who have by nature, probably an even broader reach.
Right.
We may not know the answer, but I'm pretty sure there's probably no question that you or I couldn't be asked that we can't find somebody
Absolutely.
That knows the answer, right?
Yep. And that's a big part of the expo is like utilize the people that you meet at that event.
Right. Because I think you talked about, Megan, the fact that the great industry, which we all agree, the contractors, the builders, the people are just great people. But as an industry, I feel like the vendor community, if you will, is every bit as interested in helping grow the community. I don't think the vendor community, if you will, is just, this is just a place for me to sell some stuff. Just to, to make some profit, to make some commission, we truly love this industry. We live in this industry, and we want to be helpful. And if we can help you, whether directly affects us on that particular deal or not. It has nothing to do with the way 98% of us think, right?
Right.
And I can speak for Robyn. We just want to help you be better, right? And if we can do that, the industry grows. So
yeah, and that's true on a personal level, and I think it's true on a product and service level. I think that the vendors have had to keep a rigorous pace to keep up with the industry, you know, with the builders, making changes, making improvements, you know, doing things this way, that way. You know, the vendor community has responded very well in keeping up with that and supporting, you know, what the builders are doing. Right. So absolutely.
And we do want to know what your thoughts are.
Right.
Because that's the only way we make improvements, right? We do. A lot of times we're a little bit removed from. I mean, I don't get on a lot of job sites. I get on some, but I'm selling to the roll former as my general target customer. I don't get out to down the farm lane to the building being built someplace a lot. So if you can tell me what you're experiencing out there as a contractor and why my product isn't working the way you'd like, or boy, I like it, but man, you ever thought about doing this?
Yeah.
That stuff is just massively valuable. And at a trade show, you have the opportunity as a contractor, speaking now to the attendees, you have an opportunity now to not only talk to us reps that you may or may not meet, but you may, because we're going to be at our customers, and you may see us at an open house at your customer, that type of thing. But you're going to see the VPs of sales and the presidents and the executive VP. You're going to be the engineering people. You're going to be able to meet some of the people that truly need to hear it from you, because I can't encourage the attendees enough to bring that stuff to our people, because our people expect us reps, right, and salespeople to come back and say, oh, we need all this, and we need, just go away, right? They don't. But all I'm saying is that if you as a contractor, I use your product, and it's good to meet you, Mr. President of the company, but here's what I think, here's what I run into. I just think you ought to know it. Whether you do anything or you can do anything is I understand, is secondary, but I think that's super valuable to not just glad hand and say, oh, hey, it's nice to meet you, and yeah, you make a nice widget. If there's ideas and thoughts, we may not always be able to act on them. No promises that we can act on them, but boy, that's valuable information to take to the powers that be at these kind of shows. So again, the networking part. So, I know we're probably running about as long as we ought to run, because everybody gets hard to listen to me yap. Should ask questions. What have we missed? I'll go with you first, Robyn. What didn't we touch on that you'd like to talk about other than just come to the show and say hey to us all?
Well, in addition to being the first female president of NFBA, I mean, I am just really excited to be a part of this association and being able to build it. And one thing that we want to kind of work on is encouraging more women to be a part of this industry and really building that. So that's one thing that Megan and I and her team are looking at this next year, is to really reach out to the women that work in this great industry and kind of learn from each other. Beautiful.
Well, I can tell you, not a woman, but anywhere I can help with that, I can tell you that I know some amazing women in the industry, and two of them are right here on the screen today. And it's a great industry that doesn't have to just be a man's industry, right? It does not.
Right.
And I know some great customer service people, some great sales people, some great management people that happen to be women that have nothing to do with anything other than they're just very, very good at their job. And so I congratulate you again, Robyn. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Look forward to meeting in person for the first. We may have ran into each other at a trade show. We've been doing this stuff a long time. We probably did, but officially in just a few weeks in good old Louisville.
That's right.
Megan, unbelievable. Megan, you have the final word.
The final word is, first of all, I'm excited to be working with you two, on board going forward here. Also, if you are coming to conference and you don't know anybody, you already know 3 people, and it's these 3 people here on this podcast. So if you don't know where to turn, come find one of us. Happy to get you oriented and get you whatever you need. And we'll see you at the show.
You got it. And I think that's a great point. The people on the board, I know several of them. I know that we're all very interested in this being a success and for people to get the most out of the show. And even people that aren't on the board, just ask. People, as you said, are so friendly. Where do I go for this? Or should I do this? Or, where's the best place for a burger near the show? I mean, yeah, we're right. That's important stuff. I mean, I have my priorities. I have my priorities. But I mean, I have it mapped out, as a matter of fact. So don't be throwing monkey wrenches in this, Robyn. Anyways, well, good. So 22nd through 24th is the actual show dates. We will be together on the 21st doing some board meeting stuff, which will be fun. Looking forward to that. And outside of that, I think I appreciate you guys being on and enjoy it.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll see you before you know it. Before you can shake a stick at it, whatever that means. But
Right.
All right, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Soon. All right, bye-bye. Okay, there you go. The power trio, the power duo. You're going to love Megan and Robyn. If you haven't met them, make sure you reach out to them at the show. And when you get to the show, if you watch anything that I do, please reach out to me because I want to, whether we are in the same area or not, I want to meet as many people as I can. I love network and meet people. So shout out, do not come to the show and don't say hey. And we'll see you there, 22nd through 24th at the Kentucky Convention Center, downtown Louisville. And remember, live it, love it, own it, right? Love what you do and do what you love. And remember this, make today your best day ever. Till tomorrow. Cheers, my friends.